Hey, welcome to Park Place.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hey, my name's Conrad.
I'm Holly.
Holly, great to meet you. Well, today we're looking at this 2013 Volvo XC60. This is kind of our crossover. And what kind of car do you drive now?
I drive a Lexus RX.
Very similar.
I know,
very
it's very similar. It's about
Absolutely.
that size, yeah.
Well, you'll be able to see some of the intricacies between the brands then. Well, of course, everybody knows Volvo for their safety, of course.
Absolutely, that's
Yeah.
what I've heard, yeah.
You have the big iron mark, the male symbol symbolizing strength and how strong the cars are. So they use boron steel, it's the highest grade of automobile steel. And there's a couple important things to note about the front here.
Okay.
The world first safety technology is called city safety. It's actually like a light radar system that shoots out the front of the car.
Okay.
So it has the ability to see reflective surfaces in front of it like another car.
Right.
So this car can actually stop itself all by itself.
Like without any help.
Without
Like,
any
it
help.
just stops. That's
All
pretty
by
cool.
itself. It's going to do that between 2 and 30 miles an hour. So between 2 and 9, no impact at all.
Okay.
Between 9 and 30, you might have a little
Yeah, I was gonna say that
momentum,
That could be an issue.
but it'll still mitigate the amount of damage that was caused.
Right.
So there's another thing about Volvos that's kind of like unique to them, and that's that their engines are built on a hinge system.
Oh, okay.
So if there is a severe enough collision from the front end, the engine will be pushed down and out, so that it does not compromise the passenger compartment there.
Okay, so the front just hinges into and just drops out so that nothing happens in the
That way,
passenger compartment?
That way this whole engine compartment can collapse and absorb the impact. That's kind of one of the things that makes a Volvo so safe.
Right.
Is that it's going to absorb and deflect impacts instead of having crumple zones and crumple in on you.
That's pretty cool.
So very, very safe. So we got a few other things. Let me show you as we're walking around. So there's a few other, not only just styling things, but safety things to note along the side.
Oh, cool.
And that's that you have these beautiful wraparound headlights. And on this trim level, you have the active bending by xenon headlights that actually turn before you turn.
Oh, so the headlights move. Oh, that's cool.
Just that added
Yeah,
safety at
right.
nights, the super bright bi xenons, and they actually are active bending as well. So you have your turn signal that's going to show from the rear view mirror over here.
Right.
And then you notice this big thing coming off the bottom here. That's your BLIS, your blind spot information system.
Okay.
This can actually shoot a radar signal back into your blind spot, and then it'll light up with a little amber indicator to let you know that there's someone in your blind spot. So when you're sitting there, you're thinking I should go ahead and change lanes.
Right.
That little light's going to come on to give you that extra warning that it's not safe to change lanes. There could be someone you can't quite see right now.
So even if you can't see them in the rearview mirror, you know they're there because there's a light.
Exactly.
That's
Just that
really,
added
really
safety
helpful, yeah.
when you're going to change lanes. A few other things to note on the side here is that there's a whole SIPS, Side Impact Protection System, SIPS, and that is diagonal crossbars in the door, side impact airbags that come out of your seats themselves.
Oh, okay.
You have the memory settings, so if you're driving, your husband's driving, it's the same level of protection
Right.
because it comes out of the seat itself.
And so they're not coming out of the door, they're coming out of the seat.
Exactly.
Oh, that's
So
nice,
same level of
yeah.
protection no matter where you position the seat, no matter who's driving. And then for the kids and passengers riding in the back, you have the curtain airbags.
Okay.
And that goes all the way across the pillars and the windows to protect you from the glass and from the bars there in the event of a severe side impact.
Okay, very cool.
There's a few more things. Let me show you around the back as we go here. All right. So are you ever kind of pulling into a spot or backing into a spot and you kind of have a hard time?
Yeah, and with the distractions and the kids and then what might be behind the car, random items.
Exactly. So there's many things going on in the front and rear of this car. So back here, you not only have your parking sensors,
Oh, okay.
that beeping sound, as you're backing up, but you have front and rear parking sensors, so as
Oh,
you're
very
pulling in the
cool.
spot. But on this trim level, you also have the backup camera.
Oh, nice.
And that's going to be kind of your best friend, your biggest help, because then you can
Definitely.
see if there is anyone running across the back, anything going across the back. It even has those guidelines as you're backing up to really help you,
Oh,
show you
that's
where the
cool, too.
tires, where the edge of the car is as you're backing into that
where you're
spot.
headed.
And then you can do the really cool thing when you're coming up kind of space age is press the remote and you'll be able to do your power tail lift gate.
Very cool.
So as you're bringing those groceries up to the car, you can just press the button, it'll open up, and then you can load it just like that.
I love it.
Now, one thing you got to do is when you press that button, you can't just stare at this like you're new. You got to walk away like it's no big deal.
All right.
So let me show you a few other things over here. So this I think you're going to find very interesting because it's going to be something that you personally can use. You did say you still had a son in a booster seat, right?
I do. I have a 7-year-old. Let me grab him. Hey, Rat, come here. Hey.
Your name is Rhett?
Yeah.
Rhett, I'm Conrad. Good to meet you. Well, yeah, so what you have is you actually have dual booster seats, and they're a dual stage booster in each one. So you can actually pop it up like that, and then you can pull it up for the higher level like that. So you have the 30 to 80 pounds that they can do that.
That
Want
is
to try it out?
complete genius. Yeah, try it out. Let's see how it works. Very cool. Here, put that across.
So once you get him in there, then it's that simple to have the kid get in there, or then you can have him jump out and have an older family member or guest get right in.
That is so cool.
So it becomes that simple
Yeah.
to get the kid in the back, or have him jump out and then have an older family member or guest get
Right.
right in.
No, I'm so tired of throwing a booster around.
So not only do you have all these kind of safety and even family features,
Right.
but really the ride and the drive is something that you need to experience.
I'd love to take a test drive.
Let's take it for a ride.
Let's do it.